I'm delighted to be joined now by Meath footballer Emma Duggan following the recent announcement of Optimum Nutrition as the new official performance nutrition partner of the GPA. And to mark the new 3-year sponsorship, Optimum Nutrition is giving Gaelic games across Ireland the opportunity to win a top prize worth €25,000 of a state-of-the-art gym, along with a year's supply of Optimum Nutrition products. The runner-up in the giveaway will also win a year's supply of products for their club worth €5,000. Entries can be made through their Instagram by direct messaging your performance photos or videos to @OptimumNutrition_IE and tagging your nominated club. The closing date for entries is Thursday, May 11th, 2023. Emma Duggan, thanks for joining me. How are things?
Good, how are you?
I'm good now, not too bad. Meath had no game last weekend, so I saw that you were out on a bit of a bonding day.
Yeah, we went up to Carlingford Adventure activity place, so did a lot of climbing, a lot of team bonding, so we're in a good position now going into the weekend, I think.
Yeah, do you think bonding days like that they work, or there's a need for them?
Yeah, I think so. I think the one we were at anyway, there was a lot of team bonding going on, so I know it's great. I think especially this year when we've so many new players in, it's good to do things like that. I suppose get to know people off the pitch as well as on the pitch is really important. So I know we had a great day, so looking forward to the weekend now.
Yeah, there is a lot of new faces within Meath football at the minute. Obviously some of the more familiar girls are still there, but you have new girls coming through, and obviously then you have new management as well with Davy Nelson. How is it all going, and how do you find that change?
Yeah, it's obviously very different. I think, change should never be underestimated either, but I don't think we're using that excuse anymore. We're well used to Davy now. We've gotten to know him really well over the last few months, and I think similar to him, he's gotten to know the players very well over the last few months. I think, the league was obviously a bit experimental. Not that we're making any excuses. It didn't go the way as we would have wanted to. Our performances weren't there. We weren't getting results, but I think looking forward now, we can take a lot of positive aspects from it as well. We got a lot of players got given a lot of game time as well, to put their hand up. So I think we're in a good position coming into the championship now. Obviously we didn't get the results against Dublin, but similar, I think, debatably we're probably the better team for 40 minutes of that as well. So that's obviously quite positive. We just need to, I suppose, start putting points on the board and getting a few results. But I've no doubt we can gain a bit of momentum over the next few weeks and hopefully get going then.
Yeah, it does take a bit of time to bed in new players. One in particular that probably stands out is IFA Manogue in the middle of the field, and she's balancing playing camogie as well. How is it to have players like her come in and just slot straight in seamlessly?
Oh, she's been unbelievable. She really has. She's been a great addition to the team. I suppose for someone who's playing junior football, she's been absolutely brilliant. She's a great athlete, and I think she's the best thing about her, I suppose, is not only her performances on the pitch, but she's so willing to learn. Her attitude has been spot on. She knows she's probably not quite there in terms of football, but she's so eager to learn, and she's always looking to do the right thing. But you've seen her more than a lot of people, I'd say, on the pitch. She's absolutely great to have. I don't think we have as many players like her either. She's so direct in terms of running. It's hard to catch her big strides. So she's great to have in the middle of the pitch, and we're delighted to have her.
And how do you find now being one of the more well-known, experienced players, but still probably one of the youngest on the team as well?
Yeah, look, it's great. I think like I said, I'm kind of coming into my 5th season now, and I'm glad that I've a lot of experience under my belt. But like that, I'm still learning as much as everyone else. I probably suppose I was injured at the start of the year. I haven't got to hit the ground running at all. So I'm looking to sharpen up a little bit for this year. So I'm still learning a lot of things as well. But like I said, I know what I have to do. I've been in this position before, in terms of coming into championship and trying to gain a bit of momentum, gain a bit of form. But yeah, look, it's great to be that person for a lot of the younger girls coming up. I remember I was one of them girls not too long ago either. So it's great that they can learn off ourselves as well, and we're learning off them as well. So it's a great dynamic that's going on in the group at the minute.
Yeah, and it's never easy to go through injuries and you're watching on from the sideline. What was it like at the start of the year? I'm sure you were just mad keen just to be out there.
Yeah, it was obviously very frustrating, especially when things maybe aren't going too well for the team. All you want to do is go out and see what you can do and see if you can help. And when you can't do that, it is very frustrating. But look, I suppose I spent a lot of time, thinking about the injury and worrying about the injury. That I'm kind of on the straight and narrow now, hopefully, and that I'm kind of past that stage and I can keep looking forward to championship as well. And hopefully, make up for lost time. I obviously missed a lot of football at the start of the year there, so I have a lot of fire in my belly. I'm hungry to get going now. So hopefully, I can stay fit and stay on the pitch for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. And just when you think of you, Emma, one thing that I would definitely associate with you is your kicking technique. It's quite unique. You have your own style. I would say you probably kick the ball a lot more powerful than most players would in the game. I'd be interested to hear how you developed that style.
I think it's probably just from a young age. I was never really, I suppose, taught that kind of way. It kind of just happened. I suppose I was always up the pitch with my dad and stuff like that, and he would have been quite a natural footballer as well. So I think it's all about practicing really. But like I said, I have a lot to learn in terms of my kicking as well. I do have I think I had a bit of a mare in terms of my kicking the last day against Dublin. So I need to kind of dust off that rustiness as well and get up to the pitch and kick a little bit. But like I said, the only way to do that is getting up to the pitch and practicing and kicking for half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever it is, every week. And I think that's the most important thing for anyone that's looking to develop their kicking. You're not going to do it by just watching people or just listening to people. You have to get up and I suppose take action and do it yourself. So I think I'm still on that path as well. I'd like to think it's one of my strengths, but it's not quite perfect yet. I think I probably need to take it to another level myself as well. So
that's a great way of thinking about it. But you have stepped up in the big moments in Croke Park when the team have needed you most. And just to mention your dad, Liam, like he's won county championships, and I've often heard people talk. I'm not too far from Dunboyne. Obviously, we've played you a bit as well. So I've heard about you being down at the pitch with your dad kicking from a young age, and that sort of the shape the player that you are today.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was kind of always, you drilled into me that, you're not really going to get anywhere without, practicing and everything. And it's, above anything, it's something I really, really enjoy. I obviously love football. And I love constantly improving. I love challenging myself. And, it's nearly like, getting away from, I suppose I was doing exams there for a while. It's nearly, you're getting away from real life, nearly to go up to the pitch for a half an hour and kick a ball. And I suppose let off a bit of steam as well. I think that's the best way of doing it. You're kind of killing two birds in one stone there with that as well. So I think it's always been a massive thing for me. I always feel a lot more confident myself if I've been up to the pitch, even once a week or whatever it is. I know that I've done the work, and I suppose it kind of puts yourself at ease going into the game as well. If you're confident in the work that you've done and the preparation you've done, and that's I suppose that's the attitude I take going into it. Is that I've worked as hard as I can, and I've done the best preparation as possible. So.
Yeah, definitely. And you do kick off both feet. Do you have a stronger foot, or what way do you look at it?
I'm a lot stronger on my right foot. I need to develop my left foot a little bit more. It's obviously I can kick off it. I think that's a skill that's really underrated in Gaelic football, is being able to kick off both feet. I think it gets you out of a lot of trouble. But I'm still looking to develop that a little bit more. I don't think I'm quite like David Clifford or any of the lads there yet either. So loads of room for improvement in that aspect of it.
Oh well, I would absolutely put you up there in that bracket, to be honest. And when you look at the game then, obviously we mentioned that you're one of the more experienced players. How do you feel now going into games, being well known? You're Emma Duggan for Meath, you get targeted more, you're tightly marked. How do you find all that aspect of things?
I suppose you can only really take it as a compliment. I don't like to put too much pressure on myself. I suppose when I was younger, I put a lot of pressure on myself, and it nearly takes away from your game. Football at the end of the day is something that we love. It's something that we enjoy, and you play your best when you have a smile on your face and when you're not weighed down with pressure or anything. And I think that's something that I had to deal with as well last year, coming off the back of the first All Ireland. You're kind of thrown into a world where people do know you now, and people are starting to look closely at you. So I think I had to learn a lot last year as well. But I think I'm kind of I hope anyway I'll be tested again this year, but I hope I'm kind of over that phase where, you know, you can go out and just play your own game. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's their job to mark you. And all you can do is your best, and you know, play with a bit of freedom. You know, throw the shackles off, as a lot of people say, and you know, just play with a smile on your face. I think that's when you play your best football. So, you know, that's what I like to focus on. I don't like to focus on too much about, you know, pressure going into games, or who's going to be picking me up, or who's going to be doing what to me, or whatever it is. You know, I kind of like to, you know, throw that over my head a little bit and just focus on my own game and what I can do in that moment of time.
You've obviously come up against lots of different types of players. What is it like? Are they in your head? Are they trying to get in your head? Are they in your ear? Or what sort of way do they go about marking you?
I don't think it's as much in my ear. I don't think I'd retaliate too much to that. I think I'd just laugh it off, to be honest with you. It wouldn't get to me too much. But I suppose like they have just as much as I have a job to do on pitch. They're obviously out there to do their job as well, and anything they can do to put you off, they will. I suppose it's kind of little things off the ball, pulling, dragging you, but you know, that's very normal these days. I think a lot of players get that as well, not just me. But yeah, look, I think you kind of just have to find ways around that. You know, kind of just have to shrug them off. You know, if they're pulling, dragging you, kind of do the same a bit back to them, or get on a bit of ball and, you know, run a few rings around them or whatever it is to get rid of them. You know, that's just kind of what you have to do. But you know, you can't really get too dragged into that either. Like I said, you kind of just have to play your game and focus on what you can do. I wouldn't say that's really my game too much in terms of pulling and dragging. But you know, you kind of have to pick other ways around that as well. So
yeah, absolutely, and sometimes it just comes with it. So when we think about the Meath team, then it's evident that you're so close. You have such a bond. And I spoke to you before, even after the All Irelands, and you've always told me you're as close off the pitch as are on it. And in particular, your club mate Vikki Wall. You have a great bond with Vikki. How do you think she's influenced you as a player and as a person?
Yeah, I think, you know, like you said, it's not just on the pitch, off the pitch. I think, I suppose just the mindset that she has, the attitude that she has. You know, she's such a competitive person, and you know, we slag her about it all the time. But I suppose it's the kind of characteristic that has gotten her to the point that she's at now, and being one of the best players in the country. And she's just, the work that she does, you know, off the pitch as well as on the pitch, is absolutely brilliant. But you know, furthermore, you know, as much as she's a teammate, as much as, you know, I play football with her, and you know, I'm really grateful to be able to do that, but I'm even more privileged, I suppose, to have her as a friend off the pitch and to know her, you know, as the Vikki Wall she is outside of football as well. And she's a great character, she really is. She's a great friend, you know, Miss Reliable, and no, like I said, I've learned so much from her off the pitch as well as on the pitch. So yeah, I'm just delighted to have her, you know, I suppose, side by side with you through everything. So yeah, look, she's a great person. Can't say too many bad things about her, although I'd like to sometimes.
And how has it been having her back from the AFLW?
Yeah, it's been great. It really has. It's great to be able to, you know, get a laugh out of someone again. We do give her a lot of slagging about it as well. So it's great to be able to do that. You know, have to keep her feet on the ground and all that, but I know she's great. She's been able to come back, I suppose, whatever leadership she brought before. She has it in abundance now in terms of being able to transfer, you know, the professionalism that she had over there and she experienced over there. She's bringing back over here to us. So I suppose we're only reaping the rewards of it now. You know, but it's great to have her back. It's obviously a massive confidence booster. You know, having her on your side. So I suppose we're only thankful of her now that she decided to come back to us.
Yeah. And is the AFLW something that you would ever consider doing?
I suppose that's the big question nowadays. But I think in this moment of time, I'm quite happy where I am. I'm obviously still in college, and that's probably my priority at the minute, keeping me here. And I'm obviously loving Meath football. I think we're in a time now where you just kind of have to enjoy, you have to embrace it. Unfortunately, it's not going to last forever. So as long as I'm enjoying this, it'll be very, very hard to steer me away. But look, can't say no forever really. I don't know where my head will be in a few years, but for now, I'm enjoying life in Ireland.
Yeah, a lot of Meath fans are very happy there, Emma, that you said that. You're still so young as well, so obviously, you know, it might be something down the line that if it comes up for you. And if we just look at playing Dublin last week, then it probably wasn't the best performance from Meath standards. What was the feeling amongst the group after the game?
Yeah, I think every time, you know, whenever you go out and you lose, it's very disappointing. But I think most people were probably very, very disappointed in terms of that we didn't come away with the win. Like, it was really, really there for us. Looking, you know, I suppose analysing it afterwards as well and looking at stats, we statistically were the better team in every aspect bar one. That was our kind of shooting efficiency. It was very, very poor compared to Dublin. So when you go out and you shoot like that, you know, you don't really deserve to win any game. So we were obviously very disappointed, but there is a lot of positives we can take from it. You know, although we didn't play our best football, the match was there for us to win. So yeah, look, we're taking confidence from it. We've kind of addressed a lot of issues that came up in that game, and hopefully we can kind of, you know, right the wrongs now against Laois. We're going to need a massive performance against Laois on Sunday, build a bit of momentum, and hopefully get over the line and, you know, please God, have another crack at Dublin. But for now, I suppose it's just Laois that's in our heads, and getting over them. Obviously, they've been one of the form teams this year. They've, you know, debatably had better form than us for sure this year. You know, they got to the Division 2 final and we were in the bottom 2 of Division 1 league. So yeah, look, they're no team that we're going to take for granted either. So a big performance is needed, and hopefully we can kind of show that we've addressed a few issues that popped up in the Dublin game as well.
Yeah, big game this weekend. When you go into that Dublin game, you potentially could be meeting them again in a final if you beat Laois. Do you look at it like that we don't want to go out and show our full hand here, or what way does Davy and the management go about it?
No, not really. Well, not that we know of as players anyway. We went out with a, you know, pretty strong team. You know, I think every time we go out, we always want to win, and that's the attitude that we have as players. There's no kind of dead rubber game for us. Especially, you know, the first round in Leinster, we were really up for. We really were, we felt we were in a good position. In terms of we were ready to kind of, I suppose we hadn't won a game in a good few games in terms of before the league and everything, or, you know, after the league and stuff. We haven't. So look, we wanted to build a bit of momentum. We didn't get it, but in terms of performances, we were moving in the right direction in comparison to the league. So yeah, at this point we didn't get the win, but look, like I said, we've a chance to redeem ourselves, and please God, if we do that, we can get another crack at them, whereas we can go at them again. So
yeah, if you do that, obviously you'd be in the final against Dublin. They'd be going for their 10th consecutive provincial title. Meath have yet to win a senior Leinster title. That's something that all the Meath girls at the minute don't have. Is it the one that you want? Is it in the back of your mind that I haven't got this? I have the All-Ireland's intermediate, senior, Leinster intermediate, but you just don't have that senior Leinster medal. Is that in the back of your mind?
Yeah, absolutely. We all want it a lot. It's the one that we have talked about. Although the All-Ireland is obviously the one that everyone wants to win. And we want to put our stamp on Leinster as well. Obviously Dublin, you know, have dominated it for the last few years. But we want that Leinster medal. We want that. We want to bring that cup home. It's like you said, it's one that you know, none of the girls have. So we really want to go for it. It obviously means a lot to us. It's not something that we're going to disregard by any means. So yeah, look, like I said, we really want to get our best performances now in the next few weeks, and hopefully we can add a medal to the collection. So it's really what we're looking towards now.
And last year you would have been favourites going into the championship, obviously off the back of the All-Ireland win. This year, maybe it's more of an open championship, so I wouldn't say you're favourites anymore. Do you like it like that? Do you like going in as maybe not having that tag anymore?
Yeah, we do love the underdog tag, that's for sure. It's probably, you know, our best position really, to be honest with you. But like you said, I don't think there's any favourites. I don't think there's any underdogs really. Like it's such an open championship. There's, you know, I said before, there's definitely 5 or 6 teams that could potentially win the championship. And it's great to have. It's going to be so competitive. You couldn't really call it. You know, I think it's up to every team to raise their game, raise their standards. You know, what we've produced in the last 2 years is not going to be good enough this year. So, you know, we're striving towards, you know, even better than we have done previously if we want to win another All Ireland. And that's kind of what you're looking towards. But yeah, look, we didn't have the best of the league. People probably think we're not at the races this year, but we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes and training and stuff like that. So look, it's up to us to prove people wrong, prove even people in Meath wrong at this stage. I'm sure there's a lot of people kind of losing a bit of hope in us, but I've no doubt with the group that we have that we can push forward, and that's the most important thing. There's confidence in the group that we have. So
yeah, absolutely. And if I had to ask you what your best memory in a Meath jersey so far is, what would you say?
That's very tough. There's been very, very lucky that there's been a few, but I suppose the one that springs to mind is probably the first All Ireland against Dublin. It was, yeah, you nearly get the tingles down your spine thinking about it. Any All Ireland you win is absolutely brilliant, but I suppose you're never going to get your first one again. So that was obviously a very, very special moment, a very special day, special few weeks. So yeah, I'd have to say that, but there's so many. There really is. Obviously, making my debut for the first time is one you'd kind of have to say as well. But yeah, I think the win against Dublin would have to be number one for the minute. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty epic day, and I think an epic story for sport as a whole in Ireland, to see the underdogs come up, and yeah, to see you get that win was something else. So what does your week look like? Do you have training tonight?
We train, so match on Sunday, we train Wednesdays and Fridays this week, and then we'll do a gym session this week as well. So did one there last night. So yeah, look, it's kind of take a little bit easier the week of the game. Obviously kind of intensity, lifting intensity a little bit this week. But yeah, look, we're well prepared. We've done a lot of work. We really have. And I think it's kind of time just to show that a little bit more than we have done. So yeah, I suppose it's just kind of getting into the mindset of the game, visualizing a little bit this week and stuff like that. Obviously, nutrition, sleep, all that good stuff has to be there as well. So yeah, look, really looking forward to it, and hopefully we can come away with something to smile about. Brilliant,
Emma. Well, thanks so much for joining me, and best of luck for the rest of the championship.
Thank you very much, Aisling.